Beely last year. I've been going sideways and then big EP on earnings. Those are the best ones. The EPs that break a multi-month range or multi-quarter range. Focus on those. I hope people caught LCEP last earnings season. That was a 5-star. Came out of a like 4-5 month consolidation on high volume. Today's EP, it may work, but it's just not a 5-star. The chart is not as good. It already had a run up. Not saying it can't go higher, but today is maybe more of a 3-star EP. Wolf, yeah, I've been watching Wolf. It's coming off a long consolidation. It's pretty much been going sideways for like, what, 10 months, 11 months? It's already traded average daily volume. I mean, I guess, yeah, I think it's an okay EP. Okay, first, forget all the EPs that aren't earnings related. Start with earnings EPs. Those are the easiest. Those are the brain dead ones. Stuff like IFRX and, you know, these biotech ones are very hard, especially micro nano caps. Forget about them. It's a waste of time. Yeah, exactly. Biotech EPs are just, especially micro nano caps, small caps, they're just excuses to dilute the company. They rarely work out. The fail rate is just so high. I've never found a consistent way of, you know, trading biotech EPs. When the biotech sector is hot overall, then you can play them. But, you know, biotechs haven't been hot for a long time. Yeah, guys, especially if you have a full-time job, the one thing you should be focusing on is EPs. You'll have maybe, like if you have a small account, you also can trade these small micro cap ones. You'll have probably half a dozen to a dozen perfect opportunities per earnings season. Like 4 or 5-star opportunities. Not all of them gonna work out, but you know, the ones that will work out will go up hundreds and hundreds of percent. Oh yeah, also AMBA, did people catch it last quarter? It's perfect. It went sideways for like 6 months and then it had this high volume EP. The same thing, it was too thin for me to trade. But for you guys with small accounts, it's up 55% since the opening range highs. Yeah, EPs, yes. I mean, if it's a really good one, you can buy it, even if your stop is gonna be like, say, 1.5 times the average true range or ADR. Sometimes you kind of have to not chase it, but you know, have a little bit of a wider stop, just because these things can make very big moves. You can still get, you know, 20, 30, 40, 50 times your risk reward out of them, out of the best ones. Yeah, Perry yesterday, yeah, someone mentioned this Perry in pre-market. I didn't check the numbers, but I guess the numbers were good. And it had big volume out of the gate. Again, same thing, it had building higher lows for a long time, had this range. And it traded, first minute, it traded 70,000 shares, which is like 15% or so of the average daily volume. And the first 2 minutes it traded 200,000 shares, which was like 20% of the average daily volume. You know, big volume right out of the gate. Doku, yeah, Doku was a good one too. Oh no, this was not last earnings season. This was the one before. I saw this one too, but I thought it had too much overhead resistance. It didn't have a clean range, so I passed on it. But yeah, because the opening range highs, that was a tricky one. I prefer clean ranges. The opening range highs were somewhere here in the mid 200, I don't know, 212 or 213 or I don't know, something like that. It was below. I thought it was gonna get, you know, rejected on all these moving averages, but apparently it didn't. SWBI. Yeah, that was 2 earnings seasons ago, but that was a perfect one too. Look at the volume. An AEHR, yeah, that was a couple of, yeah, yep. When they guided, had this order, when they received this order, man, what a move. And guys, this is the small account advantage. Look at the moves these microcap stocks can make. Team, yeah, Team was one too. Look at this clean range what happened? Oh, team was 1-2. Broke out the new highs. I've been building higher lows. Had a multi-month, like 4 or 5 month consolidation, and big volume day. But the numbers weren't really exciting. But man, yes, you should always use a pre-market scanner to see what's gapping up on volume. There's no need to go through 50 earnings reports. You just need to scan for things that are gapping up on volume. And you don't need to buy everything on the first 1 minute breakout. You can buy stuff on the 5 minute breakout or a 60-minute breakout, as long as it hasn't gone up like enormous amounts since the first 1 and 5 minute breakouts. But most of the time you don't need to be the first one in. Let the stocks prove themselves. A slab potential potential EP. It's definitely an EP. I don't know what the news were, but it's already traded like twice the average daily volume. No, wait, what's the news? Is it earnings? I mean, look at this break. I broke out of like a 9-month base. I've been building higher lows into it. Looks great on the weekly and monthly. Looks really, really good. Low ADR? Yeah, that's true. It's boomer ADR. It's true. Not an ideal one, but I mean, yeah, it had decent volume. This was a little bit trickier. Technically, it was 5-star. Yeah, many times the obvious ones are better. This wasn't as obvious, but it can make a big move. I mean, it's already up like 10% from the opening range highs, but if you look at the history of this thing, it's not really a great trading stock. It's a mean reverting one. It always mean reverts to 10-20. It's not one. It's a random stock. Versus something like EMPH. If you look at historically the moves it made, this thing has a history of clean moves. I remember I traded this EP here. It ended up going up 150% in the next 3 or 4 months. I remember I bought this EP here, 5-star back in 2019. Look at how clean the moves are. Big explosive moves. This thing has a history of trading well, and then last year made an enormous move. So this is something that this is a trading stock. Something S-Lab is not a trading stock. It's mediocre stock.